when my son was in 6th grade, we went to go visit his older sister who was away at college, and she was living off campus with some friends. And after we left, we got in the car, and he said, wow, their bathroom was #lingerie. And I said, was there underwear, bras, something in the bathroom? Maybe you shouldn't have been seen? And he said, no. So, well, what do you mean by #lingerie? He said, well, it was beautiful. It was really nice. It had candles and really beautiful towels. It was just really nice. And I thought about it and I said, son, do you mean luxurious? Like the bathroom was luxurious? And he said, I don't know. What does that mean? And I said, well, fancy and just really nice, maybe expensive looking. And he said, oh, yeah, that is what I mean. I mean, luxurious. And I started laughing really, really hard. And then he said, oh, no. I said, what? And he goes, on Friday, my teacher was dressed really nice because he was going to an interview. And I said, hey, you look #lingerie. And he just kind of looked at me and laughed and walked away. But I didn't think anything about it because honestly, my teacher does that a lot when I talk to him. He just kind of laughs and walks away. So I just thought it was one of those times. Because now I have to go back and tell him I meant luxurious, not lingerie. And that's so embarrassing. And I can't imagine what he was thinking. So now I'm laughing even harder. But he never did go back and tell his teacher because he was too embarrassed. But every time something is luxurious or a luxury, I think #lingerie, and that is what these products are. These are my inner sense, and they are the things that I use for my hair. Now, I know my hair is probably not at its best right now because I was at Knott's Berry Farm all day, and I rode Silver Bullet and all these things. So this is how it ended up at the end of the day. But I still wanted to share these products with you. This is I Create Curl Memory, and this is Sweet Spirit Leave-In Conditioner. And I put just a little tiny spray on my hands of this and rub my hands together to activate it. And then I put a dime-sized dollop of this and mix them together and then run them through my hair. And then after that, I use I Create Lift. And I use that particularly up here and kind of underneath and run that through my hair to give it a little bit of volume. And I'm mixing those together, makes it #lingerie.